Hey, yes, it's early on Independence Day morning. And actually, I think that this is a good day. It's Transform Your Mind Tuesday. So we're going to be free today, wives, right? Hey, I'm DeLisa New Williams, and this is my week to handle the Wives Hive Group. And I want to talk about a post, a letter that Barbara Bazemore, she posted this letter like maybe 2 weeks ago. Hey, Naida. Hey. She posted this letter in the group about 2 weeks ago, but I know that the algorithm, like in Facebook, like if you're not friends with her, or if you don't know her, you may not have seen the post, because when I was talking to a friend of mine, she said she didn't even see the post. But the post was a letter, and the title of it, I'm reading from my computer screen. It said, "Dear Mama, Satan will move heaven and earth to keep you from reading this letter." And so she posted it like maybe 2 weeks ago, and only 10 people liked it. And two of them was, I think, me and Kristen. So only really seven or nine people, 7 or 8 people liked it. And the letter was dynamic, y'all, like for real. I read the letter and I cried so hard after I read the letter, because it blew my mind and opened me up to what's really going on in my marriage. So I'm going to read the letter to you. So anyway, let me just give you a little premise of what's going on. So Wormwood is a novice demon, right? He's new to this. Screwtape is the uncle demon, and he's trying to school and train Wormwood on how to wreak havoc on this young man's life. So I love the book. Well, I love the letter so much that I saw Kristen yesterday and she gave me the book. So I'm going to finish reading this book, y'all. But I'm going to read the letter because I know that, when you click on stuff and you see that it's long, you're like, I ain't got time for that. Maybe you had to go to work that day and you said you was going to come back to it. But I'm just saying that I'm going to read it, and I just pray that you receive it. So here goes. My dear Wormwood, I was thrilled to hear you have been making progress with the mother. You have a good lead from what I hear. She feels overworked, unappreciated, and discouraged. I'm so glad to hear it. If you tread carefully, this can be a great opportunity. With the kids waking her up every hour last night, we already have an advantage. A tired mom makes for a more emotional mom, and an emotional mom is a vulnerable mom. That's me, because I got a 3-year-old, and she ain't nothing like the rest of them kids. She stay up all night. She don't go to sleep. She come home. She destroy. My house could be clean, and it's like she just come in to just tear it up. He said, but I do have a few tips. First, this is number one. Aim your best efforts at her marriage. As you know, we cannot do much with a unified marriage. He didn't just say a marriage. He said a unified marriage. And he didn't just say a unified couple that's dating and living together. He said a marriage. This is what Screwtape, the uncle, the devil, the demon, is telling the nephew demon, okay? I ain't write the book now. I'm just telling you. Luckily for us, a cranky and exhausted wife can do wonders to change that. We must convince her that her husband is no longer the friend and ally that she married. Instead, we must reveal every sin, every selfish habit, especially drawing attention to his thoughtless actions, malintended or not, against her. Sometimes it's the less obvious things the husband doesn't even realize that we can use to offend her the most. When he comes home from work and dumps his things on the counter nearest the door, instead of hanging his coat or putting away his keys, let me tell y'all this. I'm about to show y'all something. Look, I'm in the hallway on purpose. I need y'all to see. That's the coat rack, right? My husband, I hope y'all was able to see it. My husband will come home, walk right past that doggone coat rack, and put his coat on the back of the chair. And it pisses me off because I work from home and I do everything at home. So to me, I'm like, why can't you just put the coat up there? Anyway, I see why. Let her think of it as a direct assault on her work as a homekeeper. Didn't I just tell y'all that? When he tracks mud in with his shoes, let her think it is because he does not love her. You don't even appreciate me. I'm here all day working, trying to make sure the house clean. You don't even appreciate me. Such extremes of thought may seem ridiculous to you, Wormwood, or even I. But to the exhausted mortal woman, it can seem possible. Your goal is to make her think the husband does not notice, or even better, that he does not care about her efforts at home. Secondly, do what you can to keep her focused on her troubles and pain. Remind her how much her back aches, how draining the children were all day, and how many undone tasks still beckon her. I promise you, I'll be like, I ain't get a chance to fold them clothes. I didn't get a chance to put the last load in the dryer. They're going to be mildew in the morning. All this. Do not let her wonder what difficulties her husband faced that day, or whether his back might also be aching. I don't be thinking about him. I don't be thinking about him at all. Valuing others above oneself is one of those silly, though strangely effective tactics of the enemy. So he's saying the enemy. We call him the enemy, but he's calling God the enemy, right? And what he's saying right here, valuing others above oneself, is one of those silly, though strangely effective tactics of the enemy. That's humility. That's why I'm the humble wife. Humility right here. That's why I was breaking down crying when I read this letter. That's me. If she stops to make him a cup of coffee, the next thing you know, she'll be rubbing his shoulders. Then we just do the massage the other day and flirting with him on the couch. It can progress out of control if you're not careful. Along those lines, hold on, back up. What he's saying is she'll be rubbing his shoulders and flirting with him on the couch. So what that means? He's trying everything he can to make sure we do not connect and touch. He's trying everything he can to make sure that me and my husband do not have sex, to make sure that I'm too tired, to make sure that I don't want him. Because he said it can progress out of control if you're not careful. Control for who? For them, but not for God. Along those lines, be sure the mother starts to value productivity above everything else. Anybody got their own business? Anybody an entrepreneur or in school right now and you just busy? That's me. Have her wake up early and work nonstop until bedtime. If the husband relaxes in the evening with an hour of computer gaming, be sure the wife notices the pile of unfolded laundry or unswept floors. Relax in the evening with an hour of computer gaming. Testimony time. I used to get so mad when my husband played the video games. So mad. Anybody that knows me knows how mad I got. I got very mad because he would be sitting up there relaxing and I'm sitting up here trying to cook, clean, take care of the kids, this, that, and the third. And he's sitting there just playing away. But he said, do not let her grab a book and relax alongside her husband. Diligence, often one of the enemy's virtues. Diligence, the enemy. Come on. He's talking about God. When overdone, can be used to our advantage as well. Convince her that as long as there is a shred of work to be done, and there always is, no one should be resting. How many times have you said that? There's always something to do. There's never a chance to relax. There's always something to do, and you're just relaxing. And I got all this stuff to do. He's saying it's going to always be something to do, so just relax. As Kristen say, relax. And no one should be resting. Then as she folds and sweeps and he sits, you can introduce the sweet bitterness of resentment. A word of caution here. Remember, the love of a husband can be dangerous to our cause. Wives, the enemy wants you to believe that your husband does not love you. And he said right here, it can be dangerous to them. If you really believe that your husband loves you, you ain't going to be arguing and fighting. You ain't going to have them thoughts in your head because you know that he loves you. If he senses her unhappiness, he may begin to help or even worse, show her affection. This is where previously planted seeds of resentment can be guided into full bloom. Make her think that his displays of affection are only because he wants one thing. Do not let her view his help with the dishes, kisses, or cuddling as having pure motives. He wants you to think all you doing this for is because you just want some of the nookie. That's what he's saying. If he shows his desire for her, convince her that she is being used, not loved. As we both know, the ultimate act of marriage is what? Sex, making love, coming together. Can bond them together in a way that can undo much hard work on our part. He said right here, as we both know, the ultimate act of marriage, making love to each other, having sex, can bond them together in a way that can undo much hard work on our part. Because of this, do not allow her to prioritize sex on her mental to-do list. It is in our best interest to keep the wife busy, 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 and be sure she's far too exhausted to consider it by the end of the evening. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I've been working all day. I'm so tired. Now, onto the children. Lovely little opportunities for us. The children, especially the little ones, we all know that children are a favorite tool of the enemy. He's saying that children are a favorite tool of God. He calls them blessings and gifts and calls parents to lay down their lives for them just as his son did, just as Jesus. That's what he's saying. Insane. I know. This is what he's writing this letter. He's telling him this is insane, right? Who is crazy enough to lay down their life for their kids? We must convince her that the little obnoxious little people that she has charge of are not really worth her sacrifice. When the mother first dreamed of having children, she probably imagined large, innocent eyes and chubby, happy grins taking up the majority of her days. Do your best to shatter those expectations. Instead, draw attention to how much they take from her. I'd be like, y'all so ungrateful. Take. I'm going here to acting class. I'm going here to dance class. You got an audition. You want this. You want ice cream sprinkles with donuts. Y'all just take advantage of me. Who appreciates me? Do anybody? Come on. I don't want to feel like I'm by myself. Please, anybody. Nikita, Carla, come on, Nicole. Please. Do your best to make the day-to-day monotony of diaper changes, meals, and baths seem simultaneously overwhelming and beneath her. Let her think of all the better things, more important things she could be doing with her life if she only didn't have the children. Don't let her think of the future responsibilities faithful adults she's raising, society changers, friends, workers, husbands, or wives. Don't let her think of them as lifelong companions who will love her, converse with her, and care for her in her old age. Oh, and definitely don't let her think about the grandchildren she might be able to see in their little grubby faces if she looked hard enough. No, he said. Thinking ahead to when her work bears fruit, as the enemy calls it, is always a bad idea. Keep words like heritage or legacy far away from the runny noses and jelly stains of the day-to-day. And I'm going to be honest with you. I went to the Wealth Experience Conference 2 years ago. It was the first time I went. And that's the first time I really heard legacy like that. I really never heard of it before. And ever since then, I have been talking about building legacies, birthing legacies, my kids having purpose. It truly shifted my mindset. So honestly, wives, it's about heritage and legacies with these kids. If there is any last piece of advice I have for you, Wormwood, it is to keep the mother looking to her husband or family for her fulfillment and comfort. We know that the enemy is always watching and willing to take the burdens of his children. But if we divert the mother's attention well enough, this fact can be forgotten. Make her look to her husband for worth and affirmation. That is not your husband's responsibility. You have to get that from God. Make her look to him for worth and affirmation. No, we can't do that. We got to be affirmed. We have to know our worth first from the Father. That's what it is. When you so depleted and you be looking to him to fill you up, that's not his job. It's not. Then when he lets her down, as he is sure to do, because it's not his job, not that he's sure to do it because he's inadequate, not because he's unsure to do it because he's irresponsible. It's just not his job. She will be ours to torment. Torment. That's a $20 word. Yes, the worst thing that could happen would be for her to turn to him, capital H-I-M, God, with her needs and inadequacies. Once she realizes that the enemy, God, offers a peace that transcends her situation, our work could be utterly compromised. Your malevolent uncle, Screwtape. So, I want to first thank Barbara for putting this letter in the group because, honey, I done been to a lot of wives groups. Heck, me and my husband even serve on the marriage ministry. I have never in my lifetime heard of this. So I want to just show you all the book, C.S. Lewis, The Screwtape Letters. When I finished reading this, y'all, I cried so hard and I had to repent before my husband. And I got so mad. I diverted my anger that I had with my husband toward the devil. I'm mad at the devil. I'm not mad at Emilio. I'm mad at the devil because he allowed these distractions to come into my mind and my home so I can be distracted and I can look to my husband and be mad at him and be mad at my kids. So I just want to say, I'm done with complaining. We have to transform our minds. That's what this Tuesday is about. And I'm glad it happened on Independence Day because we are free from the enemy. We are free from distractions. We are free today. Celebrate your Independence Day. Celebrate your Independence Day for freedom in your marriage, freedom in your mind, and freedom as a wife. Hey, hope everybody enjoyed a barbecue. Hope everybody is blessed today. I just wanted to come in and say I love all y'all. I'm DeLisa New Williams signing off. Bye. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Give me that $20. I'm done with y'all. All right. I love y'all. Bye.